Hi, and welcome to PG Success channel. It's kind of a follow-up to another video I did, but about buying handguns. I briefly just said I wouldn't buy a revolver. This is going to be revolvers versus autos. Pull up a chair, so this might take a minute. Okay, so you want a revolver. Why do you want a revolver? Well, right now you're probably saying they hit harder, maybe, because 357, 44 mag, those are revolver cartridges. Okay. Do you need the extra hitting power? In my opinion, a 9 or a 45 is more than plenty adequate for most things. Next, you'll say they're not as complicated. Well, that's not really true. If you've ever had the side plate off a revolver, you will know that a revolver is very complicated inside. In fact, it's more so than a semi-auto. And next, you're going to probably say reliability. Well, reliability-wise, our revolver is very reliable. Yes. Our auto is very reliable. To a lesser extent, yes. Now, what happens if you get a malfunction in an auto? You rack the slide and it fixes it 99 times out of 100. The couple times it doesn't, you have to kind of slowly work through it. But it's a fixable in-field issue. A revolver has a jam. What do you have to do? It's a trip to a gunsmith. That thing has become a paperweight. The amount of time that you get a catastrophic malfunction with a revolver is incredibly higher than with an auto. That's just fact. Autos very rarely have catastrophic malfunctions and therefore are more reliable in my opinion. Okay, and this is why I say to buy an auto. The only thing I really see a revolver as being very good at is you can use it without very much training. To simply just shoot the revolver, there's not much training involved. If you want to effectively use the revolver in a combat situation, it's a hell of a lot more training. But as far as just, point it and shoot the 6 bullets, it's probably less than an auto. Anyway, the auto, on the other hand, has capacity on its side. Okay, an auto typically holds 3 times the amount of ammo as a revolver. Revolver's 5 or 6 rounds. Autos somewhere between 15 and 20. That's a pretty big difference. Okay. Revolvers can be more accurate. Okay. But on the other hand, autos can be pretty accurate too. A very accurate auto and a very accurate revolver shoot about the same. Okay, but most revolvers tend to be more accurate than most semi-autos, I'll give you that. In short, it's up to you. I would not, say you were stupid for picking a revolver. But if you're going to ask my advice is don't even consider revolvers. The only revolver I would consider would be a Smith & Wesson J-frame. And that would be as a backup gun, and that's because you can carry it in a pocket. If you get a hammerless, there's nothing really to go wrong there, and you can shove it right up against somebody and pull the trigger and it works. So as far as I'm concerned, that's about the only reason to own a revolver. I don't consider revolvers to be particularly fun to shoot. Short of those reasons, the only thing left is a historical piece, which, okay, I'll give you that. There are a lot of revolvers that have a big place in history, including that Smith & Wesson K-frame Model 10 you see sitting on the table there. That's a classic revolver. That was a police revolver for years and years and years. And in fact, the M&P gets its name from the Model 10 M&P. That's what it was called for years. The Model 10 Military and Police. Which is really cool that they revived that name in this series of autos. As far as anything else goes, autos also have a big thing in that you can just slap another clip into it and it's reloaded with another, 15 15 to 20 rounds. The revolver, you struggle to use a speed loader and you get 5 or 6 rounds. It's, I'm not going to say it's inferior, but it's inferior. I'm sorry if you're a little butthurt about this, but this is just some facts. And yet again, for carry, I would say if you want to carry a revolver for self-defense, there's no reason you shouldn't do that. Mainly because most gunfights are going to last about 3 rounds. And if you're carrying a .357 Magnum, you probably aren't even going to need the 3 rounds if you hit what you're shooting at. I mean, it's a hell of a cartridge. Okay? So if you want to carry a .357, by all means do it. Just my personal preference, I prefer autos. Thanks for watching. Be sure to thumbs up, subscribe to videos, like, do it all that shit that you feel is necessary, and I'll see you guys later.